Jack Harris stared at his reflection. Bloodshot eyes stared back, hollow and lost. His skin was pallid, his body a gaunt shadow of its former self. Once a promising athlete, he was now a prisoner in a cage of his own making addiction. The room was a testament to his downfall: empty bottles, scattered needles, and the pervasive stench of regret. Each day bled into the next, a monotonous cycle of chasing the next high and drowning in despair. He had alienated friends, pushed away family. His life was a wasteland of broken promises and shattered dreams. Jack knew he was at a crossroads. He could continue down this path, a path leading inevitably to destruction, or he could fight. The thought of fighting seemed insurmountable, yet a flicker of hope, however faint, flickered within him.
The knock on the door was tentative, hesitant. Sarah Harris entered, her eyes filled with a familiar pain. She had witnessed his descent into the abyss, her heart breaking with each misstep. "Jack," she whispered, her voice laden with concern. "You can't keep doing this." He avoided her gaze, the shame burning like acid in his gut. "Please, Jack, let me help you."
Her words were a lifeline thrown into his sea of despair. He saw the love in her eyes, the unwavering belief that he could escape this darkness. For the first time in what seemed like an eternity, a spark of hope ignited within him. "Okay, Sarah," he croaked, his voice raspy and weak. "I'll try." Rehab. The word itself felt cold, sterile. Yet as Jack walked through the doors of the clinic, a strange sense of calm washed over him. He was surrounded by others who understood his struggle, who bore the same invisible scars. Withdrawal was a brutal beast. The cravings were relentless, a physical and mental torture that threatened to consume him. He clung to Sarah's words, to the hope that this pain was a necessary purgatory. Days turned into weeks. Sleep offered no escape, haunted by vivid nightmares and cold sweats. He clung to the routine, to the therapy sessions that forced him to confront the demons he had been running from for so long.
It's one day at a time, Jack.
Mark, a recovering addict himself, became Jack's sponsor and mentor. He saw through Jack's tough exterior, recognizing the fear and vulnerability that lay beneath.
I didn't sugarcoat the struggle, but emphasized the possibility of redemption. I taught Jack about the importance of honesty, accountability, and self-forgiveness.
Mark shared his own story, his journey through the darkness and into the light. Jack listened intently, absorbing Mark's words like a man dying of thirst. Mark's strength, his unwavering belief in Jack's ability to recover, became a beacon of hope in Jack's darkest moments. Group therapy was initially a daunting experience. Sharing his deepest fears and vulnerabilities with strangers felt terrifying, but as he listened to the stories of others, he realized he was not alone in his struggle.
One day, during a session, the dam within me broke. Tears streamed down my face as I confessed my shame, my guilt, my desperate yearning for redemption. The words tumbled out raw and unfiltered, a torrent of pent-up emotions.
To his surprise, he wasn't met with judgment, but empathy. The other patients nodded in understanding, their own experiences mirroring his own. In that moment of shared vulnerability, Jack felt a glimmer of hope, a sense of belonging he'd almost forgotten. As the weeks progressed, Jack found strength in sharing his story. He began to understand the root causes of his addiction, the pain he had been trying to numb. The guilt and shame that had haunted him for so long began to lose their grip.
I threw myself into the program, attending every meeting, embracing every opportunity for growth. I discovered a passion for art therapy, my paintings becoming a visual representation of my journey from darkness to light.
He started to believe in the possibility of a future free from addiction, a future where he could forgive himself and rebuild his life. The road ahead would be long and arduous, but he was determined to walk it one step at a time. Jack stood at the edge of the beach, watching the sunrise paint the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple. He had been clean for 6 months, attending support meetings regularly and embracing his newfound sobriety.
I took a deep breath of the crisp morning air, feeling the sand beneath my feet, a symbol of grounding and stability. The sunrise represented a new beginning, a chance to rewrite my story.
Life would have its challenges, he knew that. But he was armed with the tools, the support, and the self-awareness to face them head-on. He was no longer defined by his past, but by his resilience, his courage, and his unwavering commitment to a brighter future.